Today we are moving on to the next step in our discussion about the ways in which your training is unique. Today we're going to be talking about why even bother? Why bother deciding how your training is unique? This subject is something that is related to your marketing. It's indirect, but it's going to help feed into your marketing messages. If you're new to yoga teacher training, or if you've been running your yoga teacher training for a while, you know that you are not the only game in town. And while that is certainly uncomfortable, it is a fact of any business, whether it's yoga or serving hamburgers. We all have competition in our businesses. And so a big question that we want to ask is, what are the ways in which we are unique? Now, defining that may feel a little counterintuitive, right? Because if you narrow down your message, if you are trying to define the ways in which you are unique, won't that sort of shrink your audience, shrink your business? And that's not what you're trying to do, right? So there's a bit of inherent fear in really putting down the ways in which we are unique and really letting those shine through, because we're afraid that we're going to be excluding too many people. But here's the thing, you've probably heard it before, this whole being everything to everybody just doesn't work well. I've tried it, you'll end up getting burnout and frustrated. If you've tried it, I certainly am guilty of trying to be everything to everybody. You're just gonna end up, it just doesn't end well, right? It doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve your students. You feel pulled in too many directions. And then if you're like me, you start to question, well, what am I good at? Because I'm trying to be all these things to all these different people, and I don't feel like I'm really serving anyone. So it's key to your studio being known. That's the big question about why bother. Your studio, your yoga teacher training. So these two things can be seen interchangeably in some ways, right? When you are clear about the ways in which your teacher training is unique, it helps your students easily determine a good fit. And the key there is easily, right? It helps you get clear about what you're offering. It helps your students and potential students clearly see the ways in which you can uniquely serve them. So that's really the big answer to the question. It helps bring clarity. So certainly your marketing message is going to get clear. That's definitely, that clarity feeds into your marketing message. But it is also going to have the side benefit, or maybe the primary benefit in the end, right, of giving you some peace of mind, some clarity, some direction in honing not just your marketing, but in everything you do, in what you teach, in what you are good at, and the ways you can serve your students. And that clarity will find its way into many areas of your business, into your teaching, into your yoga teacher training, not just your marketing message. People will understand what you're doing much better, and that is what you want. People learn better when you are clear, and so all of this makes your offering what you intended in the first place, right? When you started teaching, when you thought about opening a studio, when you thought about offering a yoga teacher training, you had a very clear idea, and somewhere along the way, it sometimes can get muddled. So, like last time, I'm going to ask you to pull out a piece of paper, a journal, wherever you do some brainstorming, and I want to have you answer one of these questions. How would being clear about your training's uniqueness change your marketing? How would it change your communication? Would it simplify your message? Would it make your communication easier? Would it make your head clearer? So over this next week, jot down some ideas around those questions, set it aside for a few days, come back to it, and just note, how being clear would change what you're doing. How, just asking yourself that question may help you breathe a sigh of relief. Maybe you've been trying to be everything to everybody, knowing that it's not serving you, but really feeling conflicted about feeling as though you might exclude some of the people in your audience. So take the week, jot down some of those answers to those questions, and next week, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about some of the things, getting a clearer list about what you and your teacher training are not. All right, so have a great week. If you are watching this from Yoga Tree Consulting page, go ahead and join Yoga Trainers Tribe. That is where I will answer any questions that you post about these videos. And you can join the conversation over there about all things yoga teacher training. So again, scroll to the top and you can join the group over there. If you prefer watching these videos kind of in a group, you can go to YouTube and watch my videos there. They're all posted there at Julie Chavanaugh. That's my channel name. Again, I'll post this in the comments so that you know how to spell my name and can find that. All right, have a great week. If you have questions, again, post them and I will be on the lookout for your questions and post some answers. All right, thanks for joining me. See you next time.